Hello guys, hello everyone. As all of you know that I'm Vinay. Yeah, I'm back again with a new project. I've built this by utilizing all the web development application tools. This completely depended upon the full stack application. Uh, my project name is Meta Wallet. As the name suggests, this is a credible web application for storing passwords for different domains, credit or debit card details, storing if we need to store the details in for different cards like credit or debit cards or any privileged cards, their details and their CVV numbers, expiration dates. So we need to specify all the details into this application. This will directly, all these details will be directly replicated in our application after their successful storage. We can also use this application for storing ID proofs, any personal notes or any secured information like your personal assets or any other things. This application mainly serves a stream for storing passwords and credit or debit card details and for also ID proofs. Let's get into the application. First we need to start the server. Okay, this is my application. These are all the these HTML and EJS files are all mainly required for revealing the interface of this project, and this express1.js file is the file that approves the functionality of this application. Okay, let's start the application at the port number 4000. First we need to get into the landing page, the starting page of this application. First initial stage at initial stage we need to sign up for this application. We need to specify all the details like full name and its mail ID. Yes, we need to clearly enter the password correctly for both input password fields. It detects where mismatch occurs. You can see here the details are successfully registered. That means all sign-in details are stored in the database successfully. Let's look into the database whether these details are stored or not. Yeah, we have given the details such as email, full name and password. The password will not be stored as it is. It will be encrypted. It will get encrypted while storing. This is called password encryption. So let's log in by using these details. It checks whether the user credentials are correct or not. That means they are pre-existed or not. Okay, if there already exist, then it navigates to the dashboard. This is the dashboard. It displays the user details like name and email. These are the 4 features in this application: add passwords, add credit card details, add notes, and add proof ID and add notes. Yeah, you can add any password of their respective domain or website. Like if I have to store my password for the application like something Pinterest, the password is something pint@1234. If we save store password, okay, after successful storing of these input passwords, you can have a view like view passwords. When we click that, we will directly navigate into the EJS page where the stored passwords are displayed here. Then get into the dashboard, and you can also click view passwords. Okay, this view passwords is an EJS page that will direct to the EJS page, which shows all the details we have stored into the database. Next, when we want to store our credit card details, we need to first specify the card number. Like it is 11-digit card number and an expiration date like October 12th and 2029, and again the 3-digit CVV number 459. Okay, it's also same as passwords. Our card details will be directly replicated here, and you can also have these details by clicking view credit or debit card details. And come back. For proof details, you can choose any card of proof type like Aadhaar, PAN, driving license or ID card. I'll go with PAN. Name as per your ID like P Mahesh Babu. And ID proof number like AQ12. If you want to upload the image, you can do an upload, but I'm currently working to extend this application for displaying images also. Okay, if you click on view ID proofs, those details will be directly replicated here depending upon the input details we have specified. Okay, next you can also add personal info like a note, like title, like storing some important information you need to remember, like book of file, publish date something 1/09/2023. So any type of content you can type here regarding to the title, and you can save. So here the thing is, all these details and like bank details, credit card or debit card details, password for the specified domains, and ID proof details will be stored uniquely as a sub collections inside the user details here. you can have the clear view here. Passwords will be stored in here inside the all inside the credentials of the logged in user. Here are the nodes, these are the nodes, these are the passwords we have given. For every person who has logged into this application, he can store his information uniquely without any concurrent problems. After storing all these details, wherever you are, you can directly access this application and you can access your details which you have stored directly by giving the login details, or you can also sign up if you have not registered yet. So after utilizing this application, you can log out of this application. This will redirect to the login page. If you don't have any login credentials, you have to sign up. Then clicking the sign up and you will be navigated to the sign up page. Next, get into the code explanation. Coming to the code, all these .ejs files are used for rendering for displaying all the retrieved details from the database. Like this EJS is for displaying the card details, this EJS for displaying the passwords, this EJS notes.ejs is for displaying all notes you have stored, and this is for ID proofs. And all these blank.html, card.html, and dashboard is for displaying the main content, the top menu order of this application. It serves the main stream of this application where you can access all these passwords, notes, either you in order to store the application details, or in order to retrieve all these passwords, IDs, or any etc. You need to access the dashboard route. Let's get into the main code which brings the functionality for our application. Here first we need to the code begins by importing the necessary modules and libraries. You can see here, such as here the Express.js, next the modules are Express, Firebase, and any other modules which brings all the necessary functionalities I'll be determined later. These modules provide the building blocks for this web application. First we need to initialize the Firebase account, admin. Okay, this sets up a connection to the Firebase services, specifically FileStore, which is used for storing user data in a more relevant and securely reliable way. Next, we need to initialize a session configuration. Many of the people might not be able to understand what's the purpose of session. Sessions are used to keep track of user data and authentication, the status, and any privilege authentication across the multiple requests. It stores the temporary information in the like a cookie inside our web page. Next is to get enrolled into the hash password function. We have defined a function named hash password By using the bcrypt library, we need to initially we need to implode bcrypt library before using the hash password function. This function is responsible for securing the passwords by converting them into the converting them from the plain text to the encrypted text. And encrypted text means any kind of cipher or irreversible string format. Next, coming to the Firebase initialization and performing an object creation for the file store admin. And now okay. These are the routes for sign up and registration. The code defines the code we have written defines the routes for the user registration. User can directly access the registration page at /signup. That will navigate to the signup.html page, web page. It will before signing up, it will clearly verifies whether the email is pre-existed or not. If it's not, then it will store the details in a successful manner. Otherwise, it raises an error. And these are all the routes for the different web pages we have written. And the main important routes are retrieve login and retrieve sign up. The login route is mainly used for validation. When users submit their registration details, a post request is handled at retrieve sign up route, and then the code validates the data and checks for any existing email addresses and stores the user information into the file store if everything is valid, right? Next, route for login and authentication. A route at login serves as HTML page where user can enter into login credentials. The retrieve login routes handles login attempts. It checks the entered credentials against the stored data in file store. If the credentials are correct, the user gets redirected into the dashboard after the successful login. Next, get into the subroutes. The routes are defined for adding and retrieving different types of data. These are the routes. These add password. Next, card details, ID proof, notes. These are the routes. Sub collections, which you have specified inside here. All these are the sub collections inside the user credential, like notes, passwords, card details, and ID proofs. We need to specify individual route for all these sub collections. First for their storage into the database. Okay, here the routes are defined for adding and retrieving different types of data, including the passwords, card details, ID proofs, and notes. Data is organized as sub-collections under each user's document in file store, ensuring the data separation and uniqueness of the data in a secured manner. Next, the dashboard route finally, where it is specified at the top of no. I think I'm specified at the end. Yeah, here I have specified an additional route called dashboard, which will directly navigate the control to the dashboard page, dashboard.html page. Next, this page is accessible only if the user is authenticated. All the password credentials and email credentials are successfully validated. If they are valid, the user get into the dashboard page. Otherwise, he will remain at the login page. Next, coming to the dynamic data rendering. This application has routes that render dynamic data pages by using the EJS template engine. These are all the EJS files. Okay. These routes fetch each user specific data from the file store and display them on the respective pages, like card.ejs, index.ejs, notes.ejs, and proof.ejs. All this data will be replicated by retrieving the data from the file store database through this express.js file. From this part, everything will be considered as the data retrieval code. Next, finally, the initialization of the server. All of us know that the application is subjected to listen at specific configuration or port number. In order to start our server or to make the web application accessible over the specific port, we need to make it happen by using the listen method at specific port number, and we can also specify a function, and along with its output. This is my code explanation. I hope all of you like this project. Thank you.